What does it take to silence a nation of 115 million people, only to make them erupt in pure joy moments later? A perfect landing. The weight of a century of waiting finally lifted. These aren't just headlines. They're snapshots of the Filipino spirit at its absolute best. We're known for our resilience and our warmth. But today, we're talking about something else. World-class, undeniable excellence. We're talking about the moments that didn't just make us proud. They made the world take notice. From athletes rewriting history to brilliant minds who helped build the modern world to heroes who walk among us. These are three stories that prove Filipino greatness isn't just a feel-good phrase. It's a fact. For decades, an Olympic gold medal was the Philippines' ghost of a dream. So close, yet so far. Then, in 2021, a queen lifted that weight. Heidelin Diaz smashed a 97-year drought, proving to the world and to ourselves that a Filipina could stand on top of the Olympic podium. Her victory was more than just a win. It was a crack in the dam, a message to every young Filipino athlete. The golden barrier is broken. It's your turn. And in 2024, a young man from Manila flew right through that opening. Carlos Yulo didn't just walk through the door Heidelin had opened, he kicked it clean off its hinges. At the Paris Olympics, with the eyes of the world watching, he delivered a routine of near perfection in the men's floor exercise, scoring a stunning 15.000. As he stuck the landing, a nation held its breath and then exploded. It was a performance that dethroned the reigning Olympic champion and gave the Philippines its second ever Olympic gold. But Yulo wasn't done. Just 2 days later, he returned for the men's vault final, executing 2 breathtaking vaults to clinch his second gold medal. With that, Carlos Yulo became the first Filipino in history to win double gold in a single Olympic Games, cementing the country's best Olympic performance ever. This wasn't just a personal victory, it was a national statement. Alongside Yulo, pole vaulter EJ Obiena soared into the global elite, finishing an incredibly close 4th place in the finals after a stellar performance that kept him in medal contention until the very end. This wave of achievement, from Diaz to Yulo to Obiena, signals a new golden era for Philippine sports. It's a story of training against the odds, of an unbreakable will, and of proving that Filipinos don't just deserve to compete, they deserve to conquer. While our athletes conquer the world of sports, another kind of Filipino champion has been quietly building the future. This isn't a story of physical strength, but of pure brain power, a legacy of innovation that many people don't even know exists. In 2024, a team of 9 Filipino inventors made waves at the 49th International Exhibition of Inventions in Geneva, the world's biggest stage for new ideas. But to understand the roots of this genius, you have to meet the man who literally helped design the computer you're using right now. His name is Diosdado Dado Banatao. Born to a rice farmer in Cagayan Valley, Dado's journey from walking barefoot to school to becoming a legend in Silicon Valley is unbelievable. In the 70s and 80s, he developed some game-changing inventions. And this legacy of world-changing, compassionate innovation runs deep. Decades before Dado, another Filipino pioneer was saving lives with her intellect and whatever she had on hand. Big stages and gold medals are one thing, but sometimes the proudest moments come from ordinary people doing extraordinary things. These are the stories that show the true heart of the nation, a spirit of compassion that shines brightest when it's needed most. Imagine you're on your way to work, already late. You see a commotion on a sidewalk in Makati. A homeless woman is giving birth, right there on the pavement. What do? For nurse Mary Lorraine Pingol, there wasn't even a choice. She didn't think about being late, the filthy conditions, or the lack of any sterile tools. She just saw someone who needed help. But here's the most unbelievable part. At the time, Mary Lorraine was battling leukemia. She was immunocompromised, living through a pandemic, and had been out of clinical practice for years because of her health. Despite her own silent battle, she stepped in. Remembering her nursing school training from a decade earlier, she calmly delivered the baby, cut the umbilical cord, and made sure both mom and child were safe until help arrived. It was an act of pure, selfless heroism that went viral and earned her the Bayaning NARS, or Hero Nurse Award. Then there's the story of a boy who turned his own tragedy into a global movement. Kez Valdez grew up in an abusive home and, at just 4 years old, ran away to live on the streets. He scavenged for food in dump sites and slept in open graves. His life changed after he fell into a pile of burning trash, suffered severe burns, and was rescued by a social worker. For his 7th birthday, he didn't want presents. Instead, he asked for gifts of hope, packages with slippers, toys, and soap for other street kids. That small act grew into a full-fledged organization he founded called Championing Community Children, which has now helped over 10,000 children in his community learn about health, hygiene, and their rights. At just 13 years old, Kez Valdez became the first ever Southeast Asian to win the International Children's Peace Prize, an award presented to him by Nobel laureate Desmond Tutu. His journey from a dump site to a world stage is a stunning testament to the power of giving back. These are just 3 stories, but they represent millions more. The focus of Carlos Yulo, the genius of Dr. Faye Del Mundo, and the courage of Mary Lorraine Pingol. That spirit lives in every corner of the Philippines and in every Filipino around the world. So now we want to hear from you. What moment made you proud to be Filipino? Share your story in the comments below. Let's fill this space with all the reasons we have to celebrate. From the Olympic podium to a city sidewalk, the Filipino spirit doesn't just endure, it triumphs. And it proves to the world again and again that greatness in all its forms speaks fluent Filipino. If these stories inspired you, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.